Hello, Patriots colony. We're inside today. I've been trying to do these outside, but with the weather being nice, just about every time I get to the end and someone starts up a power saw or a lawnmower or some kind of ATV or equipment, so we're going to give this a shot inside. So, start by getting your posture, your balance, and breathing. We've gone over this a few times now. Feet shoulder width apart, parallel as you can get them. You just start to relax into it. And breathe. Just get yourself nice and relaxed, nice and balanced. A little bit of a bend in the knees, shoulders nice and relaxed downward. Head nice and balanced on your shoulders. We'll start with our usual way of loosening things up, starting at the top and working our way down. Remember abdominal breathing, touching the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth if you want. Making the exhale last just a little bit longer than the inhale. So just begin with your arms floating up with your palms facing, turn your hands in. Press your head back a little bit to feel some movement in your neck. Turn your hands, press out and down. It's an inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. We'll do one more. Right to the center. Arms come up, palms face. Your hand drops down, other folds over. Turn to the side. Back to the center. Palms face briefly. It's an exhale. And inhale. To the center. Head turns to one side, chin drops, roll across the bottom and then straight across the center. So an exhale and an inhale. And just reverse. Shoulder rolls. Remember, if you have issues with your rotator cuffs, you can just let your palms face behind you, your elbows do the circles. And first are towards the front, and reverse. Go towards the back. And then inhale up, and exhale down. Palms come up with your palms facing, forearms and palms come together if you can. Otherwise, just let your elbows relax out, but you're opening the upper back and then the upper chest. Inhale and exhale. And just pause when your arms are parallel to your shoulders. Extend your hands out and then back. And then never fully extend or fully compress. And then hands just tilt towards and away from you. And then towards and away from each other. And circles one way. And the other way. Fold your fingers over so you have gentle fists by your hips. Reach out as you do, you rotate the arm, you extend that arm out, open your hand, curl your fingers, come back. It's an exhale and an inhale. Put your fingers a little bit, hands about belt high as you inhale. Fingers extend, hands expand outwards as you exhale. They just relax back to where they were. Just a couple more. Just remember you can use the sound of your breath for relaxation too. If you just sigh when you exhale, just let whatever tightness is inside just flow out away from you and dissipate. And remember to relax all the muscles in your face as well. Hold the ball, stretching for the back, lower hand rotates out, presses up, upper hand presses down, back to the center as you inhale, exhale. Back to the center. Rotating just from the hips up, got this hand on top, little hip on that side, rotate to the other side. You can just synchronize your breathing, so whatever feels best for you. Back to the center, hands go to one side, shift your weight over. Again, you can take small steps, so it just goes out a little bit. What you're aiming for is to feel some movement in your hip. And you take care, especially if you've had any kind of hip surgery, to stay within whatever parameters you need to. Remember that 70% rule. Back to the center, palms towards the floor. Shift your weight over in one foot, the other foot goes forward. Arms go back. And up while your body stays perpendicular over the foot that is holding all the weight up. Back to the other side. Back to the center. Toes are pointed towards the corner, a little bit of space between your heels, fists at your hips, shift your weight over. Counterbalance with the arm, so one foot, opposite foot goes out and back. Again, stay in your comfort zone. You don't have to reach out very far. You're pretty comfortable with your balance. You can make it a kick. But it's okay just to reach out and touch and come back. The next one for your knees is going into a forward bow stance. So you shift your weight, rotate the other foot, step straight up with where your toes were. It doesn't have to be very far. Shift your weight into it, keeping your knees lined up with your toes, knee in front's behind your toe. Eventually opposite hand, you get a really nice stretch with this one. You come back. It's an exhale. And inhale. Back to the center with your feet lined up parallel. Shift all your weight into one foot and it's the heel and toe. Same thing on the other side. Then for the lateral motion, the ankle, you pick a spot on the floor, the outside of the foot, inside the foot touch, about the same spot. And the same thing on the other side. Being very kind to your knees and hips and ankles, you just make circles in one direction. Other direction. Same thing on the other side. Reverse. Back to the center. Do a little bit of balance work. Just focus on shifting your weight from one side to the other. Again, you can use that metaphor of pouring water from one side of your body to the other. Remember, that's a metaphor used in traditional Taiji for sideways walking that you do and wave hands like clouds. It's used in Harvard's mind-body program for visualizing healing, warm, salty water going from one side of your body to the other. Shift all your weight into one foot, either foot, it doesn't matter, but just sink down into that and get yourself nice and perpendicular over that foot. And just relax into it, sink down into it. The heel of the other foot automatically comes up off the floor. If you can, you just let the toes float up too. You need to keep your toes on the floor, that's okay. So you just relax into it. Anytime you tense up anywhere, somewhere else has to compensate and that throws your balance off. Shift your weight other side. Foot just floats up a little bit. Again, this is one where you can practice if you're carrying groceries or something and you need to be able to see where the curb is. You can just practice moving your foot forward very gently and easily. Come back so you can discover where that step is or that curb is. Shift your weight over. This time the heel and the balloon floats that knee up. Just relax into it. It comes down. Shift your weight other side. And floats up. This time your heel is going to float up, just like you've taken a step. Other side. Shift your weight to the other foot, bring your knee up, drop your hand on your thigh. Other side. Practice a couple of other balance moves that come out of Young Family Taiji. Have your feet 45-degree toes towards the corners. Shift your weight over into one foot, either foot, it doesn't matter. Hand on that side goes palm towards the floor, like again you're going to rest it on the back of a chair. And if you need to do that, that's okay, or touch a wall. Other hand and foot move together. They come to that center line and lifts the foot up. Toe is pointed down and sort of cut towards the middle. Fingers are right even with your chin. Sometimes you might see the palm out in the modern versions of Taiji. Traditional, it's more back like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. From side to side a couple times. The next, for balance and also for mitigating osteoporosis, according to some research studies. The first one we just did was called a rooster, standing on one leg. This one is just kicking with your heel. Again, your hands and feet are going to move together, so feet are again at 45, so it can go straight ahead. Arms come down. If I'm going to kick with this leg, this arm's going to go underneath. Foot crosses hands. Knee comes up. Toes down initially, then out, back, other side. If you're doing this on carpet, it's easier to do it barefoot. Shoes, you can't quite grip the fibers of the carpet. And a yoga teacher that said for balance, when you're barefoot, you practice froggy toes, so you like grabbing the floor with your toes. Can't do that inside shoes. Okay. Back to shifting away from one side to the other. Do the Taiji swing. Arms just swing freely like they're tether balls attached directly to your spine. If you want to, you can keep your eyes closed and just let your head flow with your shoulders, so your ears and shoulders stay in alignment, and you can visualize yourself in a place where you feel safe and secure. Doing that with your eyes closed makes you feel a little easy. You just open your eyes, look straight ahead at something that's not moving. Sometimes I like doing it that way anyway, because it loosens up the muscles in the neck a little more. Drumming comes next, first inside the shoulder. Lower hand is tapping just inside the hip in the back. And the base of the rib cage. Just inside the hip. And then lower dantian, remember upper dantian is third eye, middle dantian is heart chakra, lower dantian is about 3 finger widths below your belly button. and a couple of finger widths inside near your center of gravity. And then just back to the swing. Let's come back. Stillness. You hold a very large ball. Upper hand is holding your head nice and still. Shoulder's going to be nice and relaxed, so lower hand's going to take your hip out. And then keep your palms facing as your hands turn from side to side. Back to center. Balance everything out. Just relax. Arms float up, go down, your hips go back a little bit. So there's some bend in the knees. It's an inhale and exhale. Back to the center. Arms float up. Open your arms, open the chest. Press back in and down. Breathe in and out. Back to the center, arms come up. Arm goes off to the side with the palm up. Other arm curls around over the top of your head. Left arm pointing up the way. Shift your weight into that side and you turn and look over the outstretched arm. You shift your weight in straight places. You can just synchronize your breathing however feels most comfortable for you. Back to the center. Cross your arms, they come up, and you open. Either arm can go underneath, it doesn't matter. I usually put the left one under. Either one's fine. Hips do go back a little bit when you go downward, like you're about to sit into a chair, so you have some bend in your knees. All of these, you're using your whole body, not just moving your arms. Let's do one more. Reach forward with one hand, back to the corner with the other, forward, up, push, and pull. Basically, your arms are repulsing monkey and yang style. Arms come in, like you're swimming on a paddleboard. You're pulling yourself along. To the center, shifting weight like you're tossing something off into the corner. You shift your weight, the heel on the foot that doesn't have the weight comes a little bit off the ground. And then back to the center. It's like you're tossing something over your shoulder this time. You can feel the weight shifting in your foot, in each foot, but you're not shifting most of your weight. You're staying relatively centered. Back to the center. Pushing towards the corner, so you have some softness in your knees, so when your hips drop a little bit, you don't put any pressure on your knees, but again, keep your knees behind your toes. It's an exhale and an inhale. So if you were to drop a string or a line from the front of your knee, it would put somewhere at the base of your toes, but never go beyond your toes. Back to the center, and then it's a weight shift from one side to the other. As you shift your weight into one foot, the hand on that side goes palm up, drops down like it's going to hit on the top of a drum, and they sweep across. This is basically young style wave hands like clouds without the footwork. Back to the center, then go to the corner. Whichever side you go, that arm's going to go underneath. So as I shift my weight in, hands cross, back, hands uncross. Corner, same thing other side. Back to the center, then it's a push to the corner. As you push forward, heel in the back comes up, and you come back, toe in the front comes up, hands drop down and push upwards. Back to the center, then the same thing other side. To the center, and then it's like you're reaching out to grab energy and bring it back towards that upper dantian and towards your head. Exhale, and inhale. Or just breathe however feels most comfortable for you. Back to the center, same thing other side. Back to the center, fists by your hips, you reach out, punch. Again, you feel the joints expand outwards. A little bit of rise and fall with your body, so again, you're using all of you, not just your arm. So an exhale and an inhale. Just relax your hands. Arms come up like you're going to fly. Hips go back a little bit. An inhale and exhale. Let your palms stay down, turn your hands so your fingers are pointed in the same direction. You start to make a circle as you do, your hands rotate so your fingertips are facing as they go across the top, and then they sweep so they're trailing again. Again, stay in your comfort zone. But, moving forward, again, you're kind of sitting back at the hips like you're about to sit down. You keep the pressure off your lower back. And reverse. Back to the center, weight goes into one foot, hand comes up on that side, foot comes up on the other side. Back to the center. Last one, you get your posture, your balance and breathing. Your arms come up with your palms facing, and then press down. It's like you're bathing yourself with energy. You inhale up and exhale down. Your hands come back, palms kind of facing towards your lower dantian, with some space on your arms. This is also a standing meditation stance, so you have some bend in your knees, nice and perpendicular to the floor. You can do this seated as well. Just focus on your breath. Air comes in through your nose and your throat into your diaphragm. You can follow the air all the way down to here. When you exhale, you pull the pelvic floor up, you move the air out as best you can. You can breathe out through your nose or out through your mouth. Whatever feels best for you. You notice how the air is cool when it comes in, maybe a little dry, and warm and moist on the way out. If you want, you can give a color to it. Bluish on the way in, reddish on the way out. You can hold that for however long you want. We'll do one more for the lungs. Lungs come up, out. Just go back as hands come in and out, stretching out, coming back, opening the chest. It's an inhale and an exhale. For this, there's a visualization. We can visualize a clean white light. Clean white energy coming into your lungs, cleansing them. And on the exhale, a gray, kind of cloudy, dark chi going out. So again, it's that concept of moving what they call turbid chi out and bringing healthy, clean chi in. Back to the center, and you have the lung meridians right inside your shoulder. You can just massage that in a clockwise way. Qigong folks say that kind of helps loosen things up in your lungs, or at least help improve the lung function. Same thing on the other side. Doesn't matter if you believe that or not, but sometimes those healthy visualizations work pretty well. And it's just a tapping on it like we did a little bit earlier. On the other side. Now, let's balance everything out 3 times. Back to the center. Thanks for joining me. Stay healthy and well. See you next time.